What a week of football, European football we have had. The only thing that went wrong is my Benfica went out. That's the only thing that went wrong. I wish my Benfica could have went through. Manchester United just knocked off Real Sociedad to advance into the next round of the Europa League. But what I really want to do right now is talk about Manchester United and what I saw. And I haven't spoke on Manchester United for a long time because really I only had negative things to say about them. For the first time in a long time, I can actually speak on some real positive things. So recently there was an interview of a high-up member of Manchester United. I think we all saw it. And in this interview, for the first time in a few years, I feel in my chest that players were being called out. Players were being individually pointed at pretty much, and players were really being like, hey, you guys are to blame. And for the first time, it felt like the board, Ruben Amorin, you're our guy. You're going to take us forward. You're going to fix this. And any player that's not up to the level is out of here. And that's what I got from the interview. I got from the interview that for the first time, this is our direction. This is what we're doing. And whoever's not on board, you're going to pack your bags and you're leaving. And today's game against Real Sociedad made me feel like this hit home. Because players that we haven't seen perform in a long time stepped up like I haven't seen them in a long time. Manchester United players looked today like they were playing for their jobs, like they were playing for a spot on this team in the future. They look like, listen, the Premier League, pretty much a wrap. Let's not make sure we get relegated. Let's just try to win games, make sure we don't get relegated. That's all that matters. But this game today, this is our season. We have to beat Real Sociedad because this is what we're playing for. We win this, our season survives. We lose this, and it's going to be worse for us in the summertime. And it felt like those players today that put the Manchester United shirt on felt that fire under their butt of, hey, you know what? We got to perform right now, bro, or they're shipping all of us out of here. I saw a Casemiro today that made me go, damn, that's the Casemiro I remember. I saw players today step up and be like, hey, yo, listen, this is the way it's going to be. This is the way it's going to go. They played like a good football team. And when I tell you that this is what I believe Ruben Amorin can bring to Manchester United, it's what I saw him bring to Sporting. When this man took over Sporting, they were in a bad place, lads. Terrible place. And when he took over towards the back end of a season, it was terrible. They were still losing. They were still not doing good. But once he slowly started getting his pieces, players like Port, now he had Jokeres at this point, but he had when Sporting really got, he really wanted a striker that went by the name of Paulinho, and he got him, and he started getting the pieces he wanted, right? He started getting the players, he started getting Ugarte and Mateos, and he started putting his guys playing, he started buying players, boom. They became a powerhouse in Portugal. And they really started fighting for the league every year. They really started, you saw them this year, really, they were cooking in the Champions League before Ruben left. He built his identity of a team that was going to be in every fight. And more importantly, Sporting had this team that, like, when they played Porto Benfica, they would fight. And I don't know if that makes sense, but like every 50-50, they were there. The players would get up. They were in each other. They were getting the players' faces. They had this swagger to them that Sporting hadn't had for years. They were feeling themselves. And I think he can turn Manchester United into this, but he needs the players to buy in. And it feels like the players weren't buying in until that interview dropped. And when that interview dropped, I don't know if they wanted to buy in, but it feels like the players were like, hey, yo, I don't think they're going to fire this one. I think they're gonna fire us before they fire him. Like I think they might cook us before they cook him. So it seems like they're going with him. So that's what it felt like. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the energy has shifted at Manchester United, and it shifted to the place where, hey, yo, your job is on the line. Your butt is on the line. Like, you are going to be out of here. And the truth is, lads, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Let me say this how it is. People are not going to agree when I say this, but I'm going to say it. 99.5% of the people that are at Manchester United, the players, when they leave Manchester United, they're not going to land a big club, okay? You ain't gonna let Manchester United might be the biggest club, right? Even as bad as they are right now, that might be the biggest club that you ever gonna play for at this point. Ain't no one going crazy over these players. Do I think Bruno has a market? Of course, Bruno's good, but is his market as good as it was 3 years ago? No shot his market's that good. If his market was that good, no disrespect, please nobody get mad at me when I say this. If these players' markets were so good, Marcus Rashford would have ended up at a Barca, at a Madrid, but he ended up at Aston Villa. And I'm not saying no disrespect to Aston Villa. They're cooking, all right? I'm just saying that if these players had market, they would have ended up at a top 7, a top 10 European team. And Aston Villa this season, I mean, look where they're at in the Champions League. But as a whole, right, when you look at the big European football clubs, you would be like, oh, Marcus Rashford. You get what I'm saying? The market's not big for United players. So when you start being told that you're going to be shipped out, hey, bud, this is you about to play for Celta Vigo, right? You about to end up at Sporting or Benfica. You about to end up at Real Sociedad. You about to end up somewhere like this, at a place where your salary's not gonna be what the salary is at Manchester United. Ain't no one paying you this type of money no more. So you're looking at yourself in the mirror at this point after that interview, and you're going, damn, you know what, dude? Like, if we want to get this type of money, because that's the big thing. You're playing at Benfica, you're going to win more games. You're going to be in the Champions League every season, but you ain't going to make the money you making at Manchester United. I mean, most of mid players at Manchester United are making more than Benfica's top players. At Benfica, you getting like 4 mil a season, bro. That's the big boys, like 4 or 5 mil a season, right? That's what you're getting. You at Manchester United, you probably making what, like 14, something crazy like that? I don't know. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you want to continue to get this check, and you want to continue to live this life you live in, it's time for you to step up. And it felt like today, with the biggest game for Manchester United, it felt like they were playing for more than just this game. All right? It felt like they were playing for their season. It felt like they were playing for their paycheck. It felt like they were playing for a spot in the 11. It felt like they were playing for something. And you could feel the energy of the stadium. The stadium was bumping because when Alex Ferguson was at Manchester United, it wasn't that you were playing for your check. It wasn't that you were playing for, you felt, yo, if I don't play well, I'm going to get dropped, and I want to be at this club because at this club, I get to win Premier Leagues. At this club, I get to get paid a lot. At this club, I get to play in the Champions League. At this club, I get to play with players like Rio Ferdinand, Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney. You wanted to be there. So you didn't want to get dropped. And for the first time in a long time, it felt to me these Manchester United players didn't want to get dropped. And it's not getting dropped from the starting 11. It's getting dropped by the club because it really feels like the club has 100% been like, Ruben's our guy, and if y'all don't get on board, y'all are going to leave. Today was an unbelievable performance from Casemiro. This guy was putting in chip through balls. If Haaland could control correctly, if Zerke could control correctly, these lads would have banged in goal after goal after goal after goal. He was just on fire. And I feel like what they're doing in the back line, De Ligt's really stepped up. That Heaven kid seems to be pretty good. I think that's his name. The left back they brought in the winner seems to be all right. And they're starting to build to something. But a lot of these players are not going to be there next year, yo. And now you're really starting to see like, damn, bro, like, we got to step it up because we about to get cooked. I really, truly, y'all going to call me crazy for this. I truly feel like, and I love the kid, I think Garnacho, I think these next 2-3 months, you're playing for a spotlight because I don't think that Ruben's going to rock with you if you don't get your passing down, if you don't get your decision-making better, because he's going to go out there and get players that make better decisions. And it feels like Garnacho's leaving a lot on the table in these games, whether it's just really poor decisioning. And he's young and he's going to grow into that, but do I think he'll be at Manchester United? Yeah. But do I think he's going to be a starter at Manchester United? Nah. Not if he doesn't step up massively for the next 2-3 months. He's really going to have to step up because I'm telling you, this United team's going to look completely different next year. But it was really nice to see Casemiro back. It was really nice to see Bruno doing Bruno type things. Makes me excited for the World Cup. I don't want to get too excited, obviously, but seeing Vitinha and João Neves in that PSG game in the Champions League, now watching Bruno in the Europa League today, it just makes me really think, man, 2026 World Cup for Portugal could be huge if these players all stay healthy and their form is right. Vitinha and João Neves are mad, bro. They're mad lads, man. And Bruno's awesome when he's on. Nuno Mendes is amazing for PSG when he's on and he's healthy, right? Portugal has a really good shot here at something special. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Cup, but a deep run because they have such a talented midfield. But you know, it all needs to work out, and we will see if it will. But this ain't about Portugal. This is about Manchester United, and that's my honest opinion on Manchester United, man. I felt like for the first time we seen Manchester United really, not Manchester United, the players really feel like, hey, you know what, like. This is our season. This is our jobs we're playing for. These are our families we're playing for. This is our future we're playing for. Let's go do this. And they did it. And they did it in a major way. It was a great game of football. And it's how I'm seeing it. United fans, you might not see it the way I see it, y'all, because I'm from the outside, right? I'm a neutral. I'm just watching from the outside. That's what I saw today. I don't know if you guys felt that energy. Maybe y'all felt something different than I felt. And if you did, it's just an opinion, right? Everything I say in these videos are all just opinions. But you let me know in the comments. Did you guys kind of feel the same thing? I was feeling something today, and it felt more than just a football match. It felt like those guys were playing for a spot, you know? And when you get a team that's playing for a spot, that's when it gets real scary. You know what I'm saying? When players are fighting for that 11 spot, that's when a team gets real good real quick.